Today is February 7th, and I have a report on what I read in the Wall Street Journal this morning and some important things for you to know. I know a lot of people think the tariffs are America first, but do you know who pays the tariffs? Do you know how they actually work? It's a tax on goods coming into the country, which means that if you import fertilizer, which we don't produce, we import, for example, 80% of our potash. So if you put a 25% tariff on that, who pays? The farmers. And the farmers are suffering. But first, let me show you these images from the Wall Street Journal, which made me think of Lyndon LaRouche's triple curve function. Here you have it. The Dow Jones is at a record high. I guess people have great confidence in our leadership given the revelations from the Epstein files. And if you wondered whether this were rational, look at this incredible trend. When I copied this image from the Wall Street Journal, it did not. These two little circles indicate presidents. So the little circle, the first little circle is when Biden came in. The second little circle is when Trump came in. The big dip before Biden with an arrow is the COVID lockdowns. Why is the market going up? Why? Look at our roads. Can you afford groceries? I can't believe what it costs every time I go to the store. This is not helping us. Bludgeoning some other nation or trying to, because what's the point of the tariffs? The point of the tariffs is you charge the American farmers an extra 25%. They then can't afford to grow their food, or the price gets passed on to us, the consumers. We are the ones paying the tariffs. So when President Trump says, oh, I've made all these billions of dollars, yeah, from you paying this stuff. Now let's take a look. How are the farmers doing? Well, here's something from a farm journal. Trump's fertilizer tariff idea, no help to American farmers. The point of tariffs was to charge a little extra, which could fund the government to invest in developing those industries in America. We are not developing these industries, and I will not go into it here, but actually this year so far, we've had record job losses because of these stupid policies. And here is a letter from 56 farm organizations to the members' leadership of the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House. Dear Leader Thune, Leader Schumer, Speaker Johnson, Leader Jeffries, America's farmers, ranchers, and growers are facing extreme economic pressures that threaten the long-term viability of the U.S. agriculture sector. We just stress, if our agriculture sector is threatened, you are in danger. We will not have food. Do you eat? Do your children eat? Do your grandparents eat? Do your neighbors? I think everyone who is alive needs food. If we put all of our farmers out of business, unless you want to import 100% of our food from nations that have lower standards than we do on, disease and various things, pests and things like that, great. But we're already, by the way, importing a lot of food, which is really insane. Now, here's what they say. The significant investments in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act were welcome news across farm country, but farmers need a lifeline to keep their farms in business until that support reaches them in late 2026. We are thankful for the USDA's recent Farm Bridge Assistance Program and the promise of some funding for specialty crop and sugar producers. Now, here it is. These funds could provide a meaningful first step, but do not cover the extensive and cumulative losses that farmers have absorbed over the last several years. Okay, the subsidies don't cover the losses. The farmers are going bankrupt. Even after including crop insurance, Farm Bill programs, support from the FBA, the 2024 Emergency Commodity Assistance Program, and the marketing assistance for specialty crops programs, losses for principal crops and specialty crops remain deep. They're still in the red. This does affect you. It affects everyone. It affects all of us. Now, who are these farmers? This is a partial list of the 56, I think it's most of them, but I may have missed a couple, farm associations. I've just highlighted some. The American Cotton Producers, American Mushroom Institute, American Soybean Association, American Sugarcane League, Florida Fruit and Vegetable Association, National Association of Landscape Professionals, National Barley Growers Association, National Potato Council, North American Blueberry Council, U.S. Sugar Beet Association, USA Rice, Western Peanut Growers Association. You get the idea. It's across the board. This kind of foolishness has to stop. We need the actual American system of political economy as understood by Lyndon LaRouche, who is a complete expert in that. That means an increase in energy input. It means investment in those things which increase man's power over nature, not bailing out what we knew before, but has been now documented, a bunch of millionaire and billionaire perverts who are ripping us off to get rich while the majority of the American people suffer.